Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. Face shave time. My throat's a little bit sore. I've just done a little bit of competitive scrimming on Battlefield. Really enjoyed it and we won 2-1, best out of 3, we won 2-1. Finished top squad all 3 rounds and I finished top player 2 of the 3 rounds, so really happy. Right, anyway, face shave. I had a cracking head shave today with the leaf. I did start it off with the wick, which I'm going to be using today for my face shave. I'm going to try at least. Barbar from Noble Otter, one of the nicest, warmest, sort of vanilla-ish barbershop scent. It's just beautiful, such a nice scent. Lovely labelled tubs. This one's one of the most sort of, you can see there we've got lemon, bergamot, basil, or basil if you're in America, oak moss, sandalwood and patchouli. And it smells fantastic. Now the performance from Barbar or from Noble Otter is just off the charts. It's a very, very high quality salt. The soap to the side. Now I'm going with a synthetic. What? Having a shave, mate.
Oh, did you say something?
No. What's up?
Can you please shout out my channel?
What?
Can you please shout out my channel?
You shout it out.
No, you.
You shout it out.
No, you.
What's it called?
Carl the Puppet.
What?
Carl the Puppet.
Okay. A young fella wants a shout out on his channel, which he's changed the name of 3 times I think. It's called Carl the Puppet, and if I can find it and remember it I'll pop it down below as well, I'll link to it. Yes. Right, Barbar. Here we are with my Envy Shave abalone brush. Just, I mean, there's so much more you can say about this brush. It's absolutely gorgeous. 25mm black growth knot. It is, I think, probably all round in terms of looks, knot, everything. This is probably my favourite brush in the den. Even over that damn rhodium knot, I think this is still my #1 brush just in terms of everything. So here we go. Let's get a good load on, get a good lather, and hopefully have a nice shave with the wick. Now while I'm loading up and lathering, I'm going to talk about the wick a little bit. I did head shave with it earlier. I did it as part of a tag video from Steve Walker. If I remember, I'll pop his channel down here as well. I'll pop it in my head shave video as well. Now Steve Walker used the Chevette for the first time. He's had it for a long time. It's a really nice Chevette from Phoenix Artisan Accoutrements. And he did very, very well with it. Quite a funny guy actually, he's got a good sense of humour. And I enjoyed the video. I haven't finished watching it yet at this stage. I've watched about 3/4 of it. I just haven't managed to find the time to get through the whole thing. But he says some funny shit. If you got a blunt blade, you will fuck your face up. I thought that was brilliant. Right, far too much soap. Is there such a thing really? The thing I like about Noble Otter, it happens quite often, is when I load my brush, I don't get left with a lot of remnants in the bowl, in the soap tub. I'm just going to scoop out what's in here, which is very, very little. It's reasonably firmish. It's not a rock hard soap by any. I can squish my finger into it quite easily. Now it is a barbershop style scent. This smells very, very similar, or should I, yeah it does, it smells very similar to Sterling Barbershop, because Sterling was first. Very, very similar. Just a beautiful, warm, gourmand type barbershop scent, quite sweet, a lot of vanilla, and the sandalwood just rounds it out. I'm not a fan of sandalwood, but I do like it in these barbershops. Oh, it's fantastic, isn't it? I've got all the lights on in the bathroom tonight. Someone asked about this over here. See if I can point sort of at it. The 5 buttons over there, little knob. 3 of those are lights. One's the extractor fan, and one is this towel rail, heated towel rail. So I've actually got 3, 7, 8, 9. I've got 10 lights in here. 6 LEDs and 4 sort of halogens. Two of them aren't working at the moment. Alright, let's dip in paint. It was nice to have Mike Friedberg comment on a few videos lately. I don't know whether someone sent him a message saying, oh, Chris is trying to talk about you but he doesn't know who the fuck you are, I can't remember anything. So he's commented a few times. Nice. It's nice to know that he's still around about the hobby and still getting stuck in and enjoying it. And I'm sure he's enjoying his shaves. He's got a wonderful shaving den full of great stuff. So yeah, the wick. I should actually talk about it. I was going to talk about it and I get sidetracked. Happens very easily for me. I used it for my head shave today, some of it, and I can get through a full first pass with the feather, the Artist Club, no problem at all. The wick blade, now I have to take into account how old these blades are. You know, I think they're 40 plus years old, I'm not 100% sure, but I think these are roughly from the 60s or something, these razors. And the blades came with this razor, so they are the same age. I should do a bit more research on it, and I still haven't done the research. I have done the research, but I haven't remembered to talk about it, about what the little symbol is and stuff like that. But it wasn't very good on my head. Now, granted that I do have obviously thicker and tougher hair growth on my head, the blade just wasn't sharp enough. It just sort of struggled like mad, and it was quite sticky, like it was sticking to my skin. It was stretching my skin as I was trying to slice the hairs off, and as a result I switched over to the Feather Artist Club just to see the difference, and the feather blade just whipped through it no problem, and that's done about 15 to 20 shaves, that feather blade, and it just peeled through the hair like it wasn't even there. Finished off with a leaf razor and it was brilliant, BBS shave. So it does not, for me, work very well on head shaves, those blades at least. Now I do have, I'm very lucky to have some Kismet blades coming from Sweden. Oh, I finally said it right, Sweden, from Johan Granot over there. So I'm really looking forward to getting the modern blade that's still made, it's still in production, and seeing if that makes a big difference or any difference to the sharpness of the blade, because like, over time I think they're carbon steel, the original blades, so even though they look spotless and there's no issues, I can't look under a microscope and tell you how good that edge is. What I will say, and people have said it before, it does feel very much like a straight razor. It doesn't slice through the hair like a machined edge. It feels natural, like it was done naturally by hand. That's how it feels. Right, this is taking forever. I am talking, I suppose. So I had to stop, it just wasn't good enough. So I did that for my unfamiliar shave and didn't actually get to do much, but I did use it. It gave me BBS pretty much where I did use it, for the most part. So it'll be interesting to see whether the Kismet blades are sharper, or whether that is just the feel of those blades. They are supposed to feel almost natural, like they were honed by hand. Shit, this needs a lot more moisture. Sorry folks, you may have to hang around for a while. Or do I just skip to the part where the lather's ready? No, I'll just carry on. I'm enjoying it. Yeah, so the scrim over here, it was streamed live on YouTube as well. I think the last round I finished with 28 kills and 7 deaths. Finished number 1, right above Real Crusader, who is probably not far off the best player in New Zealand. As a medic, definitely as a medic at least. I know he's number 1 in New Zealand for revives. I'm boring people to death that don't play games, or they just don't know what I'm talking about. But yeah, we played really well. This is a new platoon that I'm in, so we've only been playing together for maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. A couple of the guys I played with for months. I've only been in the platoon for about 3 or 4 weeks as well. I was called in as a reserve. I wasn't even on the first team list. I actually asked to be put in as a sub just in case, and sure enough, as always happens, I was called up. There's always people pull out at the last minute as things come up, things happen in life, natural. Oh wow, how good's this ladder? Honestly, and this is Novolata's old base, or I think he's actually got a newer base out than this one, I think. Look at that. Right, so what I'm going to do now, Jack over at the virtual groom room would now sprinkle a bit of water in the brush. Just paint a little bit of water. I'm just going to dip the brush. Just paint some water into this top layer just to loosen it up a little bit. This really does work, just this little bit of last touch of water. I think it just takes that ladder to that wet stage where you want it. That's beautiful. The scent's phenomenal. Great scent strength as well. Sits around about I would say it's almost borderline a 6. It's really nice. It's a great scent. Look at that. Beautiful. What a brush. Never lets me down. Right, the wick. Made in the USA. There we go. And there's the other side of it. Now this is solid stainless steel all the way through apart from the pin. The pin, I don't know what the pin's made of, but it doesn't rust, or it hasn't rusted. That's what it looks like opened up. And there is the blade. Sexto blade, trade sexto blade. Mark, or trademark sexto blade. Now it's a very heavy razor this way, so it's almost uncomfortable to hold, I have to be honest. It's not the best to hold. I find that it does want to do this a lot. Because of the weight, you really have to clamp down with your 2 fingers here, which is actually quite fatiguing, especially for me. I don't really have, got a bit wimpy wrists really. So anyway, here we go. This lather looks a bit dry, to be honest. It needs a bit more moisture, but we'll worry about that on the second pass. Stretch the skin, and here we go with the wick, with the vintage blade. This is the 3rd use on this blade. Yeah, that's relatively uncomfortable, I have to say. Let me just do the lip and see how it feels. If it's a bit tuggy, I'm going to switch over to the feather and finish with the feather. Oh yeah. No, I can't, that's changed massively. I'm going to stick this to the side. I'm going to wait for these new blades to come. I might stick one of the other vintage ones in and just see if that makes a difference. Let's just change over to the Feather Artist Club. Stainless steel, which for me is much more comfortable to hold. It's far superior balanced. This is actually 13 grams lighter than this as well. This is 13 grams. This is a heavy razor, but that blade's just not good enough. Feather Artist Club blade in here. This is the Feather Super Professional, which is the most, the blade sticks out the furthest. It's the thickest blade and it's also the most revealing. So it's really the most aggressive blade. Let's see the difference. This has done about 15 to 20 shaves now. It's just different class. Yeah. Ching chang chong, there we go. Yeah, so definitely so far I would take this over the wick any day of the week, just for the balance of the razor, sharpness of the blades at this stage. I can't do that with the wick at the moment. The blades just are not sharp enough at all. They're nowhere near as sharp enough. The soap's too slick to do that at the moment. Yeah, far superior blade. I think the blades are knackered. Yeah. I will say one thing though, I feel a little bit more comfortable with this razor today since I've used the wick. It's almost like it's giving me a little bit more of a feel for a razor. Oh, the slickness is just brilliant. And that scent. Oh. Craig Stanley of Face Fat, he's just released a barbershop scent, his barbershop scent. Now, it's not going to be quite as vibrant or thingy as other ones because he uses 100% essential oils. It's very difficult to create those type of scents when you stick to essential oils because obviously there's only so much you can do with essential oils in comparison to when you use aroma oils and fragrance oils, whatever else you use. Putting a bit of water in. Definitely the best bit of the shave, the lather, by a mile. Oh, it's giving me an itchy nose that. Right, here we go, across the grain. Dry my hands off, goodie. Very slick soap. Yeah, so far it's just a far superior shaver. To the wick. I don't know what the fuck that bang was. It was fucking loud. Hope nobody's died. good's the soap? How good's the blade? How good's the razor? How shit's the shaving guy doing it? This feels incredible. Super smooth. Sounds like someone's building a shed. Wow. That was brilliant. That soap is just superb. Very, very close already. But I could almost stop shaving there. Really happy so far. I've got one weeper, I had one weeper here. It looks like it may have stopped. I'll probably get a few creepers under here. I'll get a few under the neck, but that was so smooth I might not today. This brush is so nice. It's a little bit dry again. Bit of water. Right, here we go. Other way now. Beautiful. Really nice. I've got a few weepers here. I'll tell you right now, they'll come out. They're not so much weepers and more like creepers. They'll pop up later on. They will come, I can assure you, if they don't have a miracle. Yeah, there they are. few. That's okay. They disappear after a little while anyway. They don't sort of linger around and cause any issues. Well, that's a pretty darn good shave. And the only place I can feel a little bit of irritation is right there. To be fair, it's so minimal. That is an absolutely fantastic shave. I'm so happy with that. Really happy with that. A few little weepers there. There was one here. Nothing. My neck looks great. Wow. Tell you what, the wick's got a lot of catching up to do when I get these new blades, because I'm getting very good with this artist club, I got to say. Just ordered some food for my daughter's cheat day. She's ordered Chinese noodles. So I think that's indeed delivered. We weren't supposed to be here for another 20 minutes, so that's nice and early. Just a little bit of soap left in the knot. I'm just going to get that out. What a shine. And to be honest, I have to give I know I'm getting better with the feather and the blades are really nice, but I have to really hand it to the brush and the soap. The soap was outstanding. Sometimes I just get a lather from soaps that I really enjoy, and it's just brilliant. The post shave, the immediate post shave is awesome. I'm going to pop on some AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum now. All I do is I wet my hands, shake them, and then apply one pump, which looks a little bit like that. And it really is that simple. And that's one of the closest shaves I've had in a long time. That's really close, really smooth. To be honest, I don't really have any irritation. I mean, that little bit there is a little bit touchy, but other than that, might have to just touch up there a little bit with the DE off camera. I do that every now and then. Sometimes I get it right, sometimes I don't. But anyway, what a fantastic shave. Noble Otter, Bar, beautiful scent, fantastic performance, just a brilliant soap really, all round. The brush, there's not much more I can say about this. I don't think there are many better brushes that anyone has than that. I think that is just stunning to look at, it's great to hold, and the knot is perfect. The first razor I tried to whack away with was my wick. Whack away with the wick, wick away. It's a beautiful razor, it looks fantastic, it feels nice, it's a little bit heavy on the back end, so it's a bit cumbersome to hold. I think with a good sharp blade in it, or a good blade in it, I think it will be a big difference. I think those blades might just not have the edge that they were first made with due to the years that they've sat in storage, I guess. So I finished off with that, the Feather Artist Club stainless steel chevette, and to be honest, it's just brilliant. I'm getting better and better with it. I'm getting closer and closer with it, and I'm getting way less irritation and weepers and things. Now tomorrow's shave might be different. I might use it tomorrow and then get a few weepers and have a bit of a poor shave. But with each shave I get better and better. I'm getting better at coming in from the left. It's just all practice really, and I am getting better at it. And if you stick with something like that for a while, you should eventually get to a place where you're pretty proficient in it and you get better with it. Finished off today with AP Reserve Essentials Restoration Peptide Concentrate Serum, which, to be fair, is really doing a great job on my skin all over. It's not getting rid of my wrinkles, of course, you can still see them, but it does work wonders on my skin. It really does. It goes a long way. I'm very happy with it. And with that, I'm going to leave you guys to it. Stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive. I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.